Hello, hello, hello. I'm live. I'm Joe Hart. I'm a person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I used to live stream a whole bunch on Meerkat and many other platforms, Periscope Live, YouTube Live, a dozen or so on YouTube Live. But I'm really trying to jump into this. I really want to start doing. I only know how to do live streaming. I'm not spectacular, but I've done thousands of them, and I'm pretty good at it. But I have to figure out how to do YouTube, and YouTube would be recorded videos. So I have to embrace and always remembering at the beginning of the video to say, thank you, everybody that is watching this as a recorded video. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to embrace that market. That's where 90% of your viewers come from, 90% of your subscribers, and probably 90% of your monetization comes from there. So I definitely have to embrace it. I want to do a 2020 presidential. Sorry, that's what I've been doing for a year. So I have to change tracks. I want to do a 2020 Formula One, you know, season summary kind of thing. So I want to. I'm going to just pull up the things here. Standings. Oh gosh darn it. Who cares about race? Ah! Okay, driver standings. Okay, yeah, I'm disabled, so I don't remember anything off the top of my head. It's I remember it by looking at it. Oh, God darn it! Why can't something just work? I do get. Can I just go to where else I want to be? Well, now my iPad's not working. It usually works really well or pretty well. Standings, driver standings. So, okay, yeah, that was a waste of a minute. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I wanted to just do a 2020 summary. And I've watched, I've been, um, I've been watching a lot of motorsports, and I guess I want to see me to see what I'm doing, but I guess I'm supposed to be looking here. Hello, hello, and that's the light. That's not the camera. That's the camera. Hi, camera. Joe Hart here. But I want to see that I'm doing it right or wrong, or and I need to get a better background besides my blue door and fan and my birthday card. And okay, yeah, do that. Be wary of other people's privacy because I'm not too concerned about myself. But anyway, okay. So as we all know, Lewis Hamilton won for the year, 347 points. I think I think I think Formula One is disgustingly boring. It's predictable. It's sad that Lewis Hamilton just always has to win, and he always cries during practice two or qualification round two that oh, I don't have enough and I really have to try harder. And then he blows everybody away. I mean, it's stupid to even listen to his radio. I mean, most of it's mind games and some of it is he just likes to complain. So anyway, Bottas got second. Mercedes is going to be 1-2. That's a boring sport. That is why let it watch it. Actually, my goal is to have Formula One improve, and then I want to get more viewers of me, and I want more viewers of Formula One. And Verstappen, third place. He's 9 points behind Bottas. I think I don't know, but I think that's the closest he's been in several years. So that's good. Perez, fourth. Fourth. He has no car as of yet. He might get Red Bull. I don't know. It's hard to read the principal, who's very entertaining on Formula One shows, but he's hard to read. He doesn't seem to talk positively at all about Alexander Albon, but he won't commit to Perez. So I don't know. I guess in the next couple of days we'll find out if Perez gets a car. But that's amazing that he's fourth place in points, which Racing Point was not third. And, it was McLaren that got third. So, which is sixth for Sainz. Sixth and ninth are the two drivers, and they got third. And Racing Point got fourth. I mean, Perez. Anyway, number 5, Daniel Ricciardo. He's leaving Renault. I think there's been a lot of seasons and a lot of hours talked about Daniel Ricciardo of the what's it called? I'm blanking out many words, and I do that a lot with my disabilities, but his potential, that I think we've talked about him a lot. I'd like to see his potential being realized. I mean, I guess fifth place is good. Sands, I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's Sands. McLaren Renault, he was sixth. Alex Albon, 7. Now, I'm an empath. I hate bullying. I live according to my emotions and mental and psychological. That's where I live. I think Alex Albon is a rock star, and I thought he was 2 or 3 years ago. I went to a race. I haven't been to many races, but I was at a race, and he had just gotten the job, or they were thinking of it or something. And I went up to him and I said, "You're a rock star." But then I told his team, I said, "He's a rock star. He's so great." So yes, I'm sad that Perez doesn't currently have a car. And yes, I really like Alex Albon, and I'd love for him to be in a good car, like Red Bull. So I don't want to pick. I don't want one of those two not to be around. So anyway, Alex got 7th. He tied. Sainz and Albon both have 105 points. But Albon 7th. Leclerc, I don't get why people can't say his name. Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc. It's not Charles. It's not Charles. We can just ask him how to pronounce his name and he'll tell us. But no one seems to listen. Charles Leclerc. You don't say the C at the end. It's not Leclerc. Leclerc. Charles Leclerc. 8th. Ferrari. Boy, I hope he improves with his new roommate, which I guess I'll have to look up as Sands. Damn, that's on this laptop. Anyway, I'll have to figure out how to do all this stuff. So, Norris, 9th. McLaren Renault got 9th. Sands got 6th. They were a tighter couple races ago, so they've separated a little bit there. It's still only 8 points, but yeah. So Norris is 9th. Gasly is 10th. I think he did mighty well for AlphaTauri. 11 is Stroll. OMG, I don't know where. Woo! Yeah, man. Yeah, man. When your dad owns the company, you get a car. And he won a race. Or right? He won. No, he got a pole. which was phenomenal. And being 11th is really good. So I think he's doing really good. Ocon is 12th. I love him. Vettel, I have this thing about, people hanging out a little too long. And I think Vettel's been around for too many years. This year was a waste. Last year was kind of a waste. But I guess he's driving for another team. What, AlphaTauri? I don't know where he's going. He's going somewhere. Kvyat. Oh, I'm like I said, I'm an empath. I like about 8 of the drivers. I like him. I do. One of the things I do is I cover Formula One live during the race on Twitter, and I do this weird. I do a lot of unique things on Twitter, and I treat Twitter, I think, very different than most people, and it's almost the opposite of what other people do. And I can get into that later, but I will show the starting grid and the formation lap and lights out and throughout the race. And all of them are a 3-letter code except for, that's a little better. A 3-letter code except for the ones that are way higher or way lower than their points. So if they're third in points and they qualify 15th, I say -12 next to it. Plus I put their Twitter handle in there, -12. So I do that, and I try to stay updated during the race. It's too much going on for me to constantly do that. But whenever there's a red flag or a safety car, a virtual safety car, I try to catch up on all those things. So anyway, Kvyat is always, it seems like, at least for the last half of this year, which it's only 17 races, I think 17, right? So at least half of them, he's been, high, he's been way higher. He's been +7, +12, +5. He's always higher than his points. Hulkenberg, what's he? I thought he was gone. Racing Point. I guess that's an extra driver. Yeah, Hulkenberg's not there. Raikkonen, I love him. And he might be past his prime, but I love him. I think he ought to just be an ambassador for the sport as long as he wants. And I thought Vettel would, but Vettel's given up. Vettel doesn't care. Vettel doesn't have it in him. He's not a fighter. And I'm new. I probably have watched Formula One for about 7 or 8 years, and seriously for 5 or 6 years. And so I don't think I ever had any of the years he won. And I think he's won 4 times. So I missed that. So maybe he used to have a tough, that he driving force, but he seems to not have a killer instinct anymore. Anyway, okay. Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, I loved his long hair. I think it's like David in the Bible. He cut all his, I don't know. That's not David. Someone cut all their hair, Samson, and lost all his power by cutting all his hair. So I think Giovinazzi, Alfa Romeo, it's a tough team. Russell, 18 out of points. And I should have edited this because, it has 23 drivers and there's really just 20 drivers. So Russell is real. That's a real driver. He's 18. Grosjean is 19th. He only missed the last 2 races. Magnussen is 20th. And then Latifi's in there. Who's not supposed to be in there? Oh, Hulkenberg. Okay, so Hulkenberg is 15. Nikki, isn't Rosberg in here somewhere? I guess I was thinking of Hulkenberg. So, okay. So Raikkonen is 16, really should be 15. Giovinazzi 17, really should be 16. Russell is 18, really should be 17. Grosjean 19, really should be 18. Magnussen 20, should be 19. And Latifi 21, which he would be 20. And then Aiken and Fittipaldi has just been the last 2 races or thereabouts. Aiken, the second to last race only. Fittipaldi, the last 2 races. So that's that. I guess I'm also going to go over to the teams. And Mercedes won by 573 points. Red Bull Racing Honda 319. They lost by 254 points or whatever. That's a blowout. That's not even a sport. I think it's a crime. I think it's a shame. I'm pretty new. I know NASCAR really well, although I'm having a messy divorce with them. And um, IndyCar is I know a fair amount and stuff, but there's not these dynasties. Dynasties are boring. Who cares? Who cares? We're done with them winning. Can't Lewis Hamilton go to Ferrari and try to win with the Ferrari team? No, he can't. They don't have the cars. And is it the car? Is it the driver? That's all BS. Well, the guys handling, and I know their voices, but I can't differentiate them and stuff. But Martin Brundle and the uptight spec person, stat guy. I wish they would compare oranges to oranges. I wish they would take, Lewis Hamilton in a Racing Point car and then Perez in a Mercedes. That would be comparing two exact situations. Then talk about who's going to win and instead of saying Lewis Hamilton is so great and he gets them at Mercedes, so we know how great he is, but it's not just the car. I mean, I thought that was stupid as hell that we kept talking about how, George Russell was going to win because he's in the Mercedes. He wasn't going to win. Come on. So, anyway, I'd love to compare oranges to oranges because everybody's going to say it's not the car, it's not the driver. I mean, that's all bullshit. Compare two like things. So anyway, Red Bull number 2, 319. McLaren number 3. And so there's some fun things. McLaren is 202, Racing Point 195, Renault 181. And then Ferrari was 131. There was 4 teams, but I guess Ferrari dropped out. But that's nice. I like that. 202, 195, 181. That's 14 points from Renault to Racing Point, and then 7 points from Racing Point to McLaren. That's tight. I say remove the Mercedes, remove the Williams, and Haas. What the hell is wrong with Haas? God, I have big issues with them because that Mazepin. Okay, Ferrari 131, all by themselves, 50 points down and 23 points high. AlphaTauri 107, and then boom, Alfa Romeo 8 points. So yeah, I mean, Mercedes by itself, Red Bull by itself, McLaren, Racing Point, Renault, that's a race. Ferrari by itself, AlphaTauri by itself, and then I don't know, Alfa Romeo 8, Haas 3, Williams 0. I don't, since they don't get many points, 5 points from 8 to 3 is a lot of points, and 3 points from 3 to 0 is a lot of points. If they don't get any points, then 3 points is a ton. So I could say those are 3 by themselves. So out of 10 teams, 7 of them are by themselves. No one can beat them. They can't beat anybody. That's what kind of sport is that? 7 out of 10 teams can't go up or down. Oh, Mo. And now, I mean, in a year, a lot could happen. McLaren was not third last year. I guess they're fourth. Racing Point was not fourth. I think they're third. I don't know. In Renault, I don't know. I don't want to compare year to year, but maybe Red Bull can do something. I'm just sick of the domination. I am. I mean, that's hecky darn. And so I don't like to do races, but okay, let's look at races. What do we got? Hamilton, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 17. Bottas, 2. Verstappen, 2. Gasly, 1. Perez, 1. Is that right? 2, 2, 2. 11 and 17. So yeah, 11 out of 17. I mean, how, God. And Mercedes won all but 4. So 13, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So they won 13 out of 17. So anyway, that's I guess that's a summary of sorts. And so anyway, I just wanted to start a live stream and then I will go from here. So I want to thank everybody. Again, thank for the people that watched it as a recording. I appreciate that. And for the one person here now, hello, hello, hello. I don't know you are. Let's see, what can I say? Welcome. There, that's me. Welcome. Okay, so I will talk to you later. Joe Hart, person with disabilities, primarily invisible disabilities. I will talk to you later. End stream.